True Justice Deadly Crossing is the Steven Seagal mega blockbuster hit movie where he showed the world the old crappy slappy, now I need a nappy. It starts off like any other Seagal day with donuts and candy, but things take a dark turn.
I'm sorry, we're not open yet.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
Now that that's taken care of, he can get back to his high-level detective work.
You're wearing uniform, right?
Yeah.
This is so creepy. How did he know?
I'm undercover here. So the only time uniforms show up here is to transport prisoners. And they'll come in undercover cars.
So she asks, but wouldn't the prisoners know? And he tells her to get the fuck out.
Yes, sir.
The fucking nerve. Anyway, now they're ready for their undercover op.
Everybody good to go?
So they head out.
Let's do this.
And then sit in their cars for a few hours, and then really head out. Which is when they execute Seagal's world-famous get-em technique.
You're under arrest.
But oh shit! Him running away isn't something they could have ever seen coming, and they're caught completely off guard. But always the contortionist, Seagal ends it immediately with one of his backward-facing front kicks. Back at the station, they're interrupted by someone finally finding these bodies,
They got an ugly double homicide out by the internment campsite.
which causes Seagal to panic.
That ain't good.
He has to destroy some evidence real quick, and then he'll meet them out there.
I'll catch up with y'all.
And holy shit, these shifts are insane because it's fucking daytime again. But sleeps for pussies and competent writers, and as soon as Seagal walks in, he drops this bombshell.
Whoever did this, knew these people real well.
Why do you say that?
Oh, because mind your fucking business. Then they get a major break in the case.
So we got tire tracks over here.
Matches the mud inside.
Oh my god, the mud outside matches the mud inside. This is so meaningful.
Whoa, what is this?
Knowing Seagal, probably a love interest. Luckily, Seagal's destroyed enough children's lives to recognize she's crying in Mandarin.
Give me a Mandarin translator right now.
But in the meantime, Seagal and some guy are gonna check out a trailer park gang for some reason. And it must be across the state, cause they don't make it there till nighttime. He just wants you guys to know that this is his turf and how things are gonna go down.
I'll pull out my gun and kill y'all.
Nah, but seriously, he will kill you all. And gives him a taste when this guy tries the infamous shoulder slap, which Seagal counters with the "fuck you, now there's a brick" move. Now, if you'll excuse him, he's only halfway through his 72-hour workday and has things to do before he kills you all. But in the meantime, fuck you, here's a snake. Now it's the next day.
Anyone know any of these players?
That white boy in the red shirt, I've seen him before.
Thanks for the description. It's a really crowded picture. And yes, Seagal wrote this,
That might could tell you something.
so expect to hear white boy a lot.
Put this white boy back in the bucket.
Anyway, Seagal's been looking for this guy, which is crazy, cause he just saw him in the last scene. Which is when she finally makes it back after being told to go home and change
Go home, get in some civvies, come on back.
2 fucking days ago. And knock it off, she's not an object, but she is an item.
She's the new item here.
She's in for a rude awakening when she sees just how dark and gritty this job can be.
We don't waste time on little poo butts like that.
Seagal was facing intense pressure to tone down the harsh language,
On little poo butts.
but he sat his ground. And oh yeah, they totally forgot about her, who's been sitting there yelling at nobody
拿回来行不行啊？
since yesterday, along with this guy, who's been sitting there even longer. Wake the fuck up, cause it's strip club time. Now this lady thinks she's making the brown sugar deal of a lifetime, but it's not his first rodeo, and this is clearly below 88% sucrose, so she's fucking fucking busted. And that's definitely him. Because all this isn't normal enough, they decide to crank the normal up a notch by having the bouncer sucker punch a cop and then run away. Now that she hasn't eaten, drank, or slept in over 24 hours, she's ready to answer some questions.
我今天看到这个女的了，她就是刚才跟这个，她就是个警察，就在这儿看到的。
Meanwhile, they're not gonna quit until they get their confession.
I'm gay.
He nailed it. So they celebrate things the Seagal way with strippers and dick shots. Afterwards, they have good news and great news.
Wonderful.
The good news is that Seagal's been cleared of that double homicide. The great news is they did it by framing you.
And that kind of strongly leads to a really great shot at the death penalty.
The next day, the reality of what Seagal did suddenly hits him, and now he has to make it right. Oh, thank God, that was a close one. Which sets off a violence binge that lasts into the night when he carjacks this poor citizen. And it doesn't stop until he gets so winded and delirious by the savage beating, he tries to handcuff him with his badge. And another spot-on picture. Now we're 50 minutes in, so we might as well meet the villain. The other villain who hasn't been seen or mentioned before. He's basically Vanilla Ice.
You have a problem, I take care of it.
With a very subtle Russian accent.
Sometimes blood must be spilled.
Meanwhile, Seagal's having a rare moment of self-reflection.
You start seeing crap like this, it's like you just lose your faith in mankind, man.
And they're not even done filming it.
Seeing something like that changes you.
You say that again.
Seeing something like that changes you.
Which is true, his movies will wreck your life.
I got a feeling there's a lot of them.
Yeah, there's a shitload which will never make any sense.
That's horrific.
That's interrupted by a woman who's desperate to bang Seagal, which happens 4 to 5 times a shift.
That's very nice of you.
But he's got a lot of things planned for today,
Murders and kidnappings and narco trafficking.
and he doesn't know if he'll have time.
Is that the scent of jealousy I'm detecting?
Of course it is. She's only human, and he's the hottie of potty. Now they're undercover to get the pretending to be a real Russian guy. Again, the other one. But getting his attention is gonna take something crazy, like just walking in, so of course he comes running immediately.
May I?
But they slip up,
What nuts.
and now he's onto them.
You two are cops.
Oh shit! I know they were just sitting there, minding their own business, and you came up to them. But still, it's basically entrapment, and you were right to be suspicious. So they go with plan B, which involves bringing inferior numbers while being super covert by staring at them from like 30 feet away, and then turn their siren on for some fucking reason, and oh my god, they're found out. Someone must have tipped them off. But it doesn't matter because they know funneling themselves through this doorway would be the dumbest shit ever, which is why they won't see it coming. And Seagal would love to help, but not really. Plus, he had a big lunch, so he's gonna help from the car. Things are going great until this sick son of a bitch not only changes suits mid-sprint, but he makes Seagal stand. So after some very responsible shooting, he tries to surrender, but Seagal's not having any of it. So after brutally torturing and murdering this guy, who it turns out was the wrong guy anyway, they go back to celebrate.
Not a bad resolution, Chief.
See, my daddy used to hit a piece of corn once in a while.
So they just go with that, because asking questions will just make this take longer, and also they don't fucking care.
All right, everybody happy?
Fuck you, you know they're not.
Cool.
Neither is the audience, so fuck you to them too. Because this woman violently needs to bang Seagal.
What, you were trying?
But she's up next, and there's not enough of the human corn dog to go around.
The man is unbelievable.
He means that literally everything about him is bullshit. True Justice, Dark Vengeance is the Steven Seagal mega blockbuster hit movie where he showed the world strip clubs, sweet yellow glasses, more strip clubs, crucified furries, and oh my god, so many fucking strip clubs. It starts off the most horrific way possible with someone encroaching on Seagal's turf. But oh, thank God he forgot about the wig.
Another blonde, you see.
This is definitely one of his.
Strangled like the others.
Notice the Cheeto dust fingerprints. Classic Seagal. Anyway, strip club. Now Seagal's hard at work, cracking some case.
How about a dance, baby?
Okay, but you better tip better than last time. Later, she's walking home alone, so Seagal, who's always the gentleman, offers her a trunk ride.
Shut the fuck up.
The next day, he's just minding his own business, brutally attacking this Chinese family, when he's rudely interrupted.
Yeah.
I hope you're not busy.
He's pleasure killing some guys in front of their parents, but he can talk.
Girls are starting to pile up around here, man.
Thanks, bro. It's nice to be appreciated.
People in town are starting to get scared. They're starting to talk crazy.
Then great, everything's going to plan.
Try to create a panic.
Which is when AliExpress Ethan Hawke shows up and proves when you've hit rock bottom by starring in Uwe Boll movies. If you just keep digging, eventually you'll hit Seagal.
Good stuff.
No, it's not. So he gets out of it by pulling off a sick spin move. But Seagal can't deal with that right now because standing's bullshit. And also, he's chins deep in this investigation. He's gonna figure out what happened to those 3 women if it's the last thing he does. When she says it was only 2 women, he tells her he'll be right back.
Shut the fuck up.
The next day, she brings an oxygen-absorbing packet to the old man and demands answers.
The fox is a mischievous animal.
Well, shit, that checks out.
Whoever you think is responsible, all probability will not be.
If you're talking about the dead women, they all know it's Seagal. Even Seagal shows up and tells them it's obviously him. Now get in the fucking car. It's been 2.5 minutes since the last strip club scene. Then suddenly, things go from good to great.
Towards making some serious cash.
Yeah, how?
Well, there's all kinds of government money out there.
When a guy who looks suspiciously like Hitler tries to get you in on a not at all planned out money scam, you'd be an idiot not to go for it.
I kind of fly below the IRS radar myself.
Sure, whatever. Anything's better than Seagal movies. She's in. So she hauls ass out of there, and while they're supposed to make sure she's not murdered, fuck that, they attack these guys instead. Seagal would be so proud. Anyway, she's abducted and killed.
Shut the fuck up.
When they go out to the crime scene, they all agree
It's my fault.
it was her fucking fault. But oh shit, it's not even her. They probably should have checked.
I thought for sure.
Nah, bro, you're good. Whenever you see a dead body, just make a random guess who it might be and call their family. But anyway, she's still missing.
She's not answering her cell phone. She's not answering her home phone.
She worked the night shift and it's only sunrise. That is so suspicious.
Keep trying to find her. Go to her house if you have to.
Drive around randomly and only go where she lives as a last resort. First stop is the shady Hitler guy, motherfucker, the other one.
Please!
Oh shit, they may have gone to Seagal's by mistake, but then they hear the sound of running, so they're good. When they arrest him, it turns out it was just a misunderstanding.
I only had my gun out because I thought you guys were burglars.
The ones that knock, and you have to shoot them in under a second, then burn some documents before taking off down the fire escape. You know, burglars.
That's what I do.
Well, shit, that all checks out, so they let him go. Now this guy puts in work and finds what's-her-face with the ingenious move of glancing to his right.
I found her.
Hell yeah, you take that credit.
We've been out all night looking for you.
Whoa!
All they did was ditch you to attack some guys for no reason. You stuck-up bitch.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Shut your mouth, they're not done.
We all thought it was you.
Which they took a vote on and agreed it was all somehow your fault.
I felt like someone slipped me a Mickey last night.
Boo fucking who? Seagal roofies like 3 girls a night. You're not special.
Sorry, boss.
I want to talk to you in private.
He doesn't know how you got out of that trunk, but if that jogger didn't come by when she did, that would have been his ass.
It's your last chance.
Anyway, strip club.
Really good to meet you, man.
Then Seagal blows us away with his originality, or they play the same scene again by mistake.
Shut the fuck up.
It could go either way. Oh my god, he was meeting with the city jerk about those sloppy yams. This better be fucking good.
She's gone.
Yeah, no shit. He called a redo. Unbelievable. Now it's daytime, and Seagal's well-written ability to just coincidentally be there when shit happens strikes again.
Let me see your hands, man.
So he gives up, which Seagal acknowledges before killing him anyway. Now they're celebrating their big win when he tells them he just learned cars are required to have an emergency trunk release, and that's how she keeps getting out. Which is when they're interrupted by this lady who wants to buy a drink for the guy dressed like a hefty, heavy-duty garbage bag. Then she stumbles outside and is promptly murdered. The next day, they want to bust this biker gang, but all they have on them is a bunch of registered felons in the middle of the street, buying and selling automatic weapons and grenades. So they send her in to improvise. Fucking perfect. After slaughtering countless bystanders and at least one of the bikers, they call it a win. And none of this is ever mentioned again.
What?
Exactly. But no time for that because there's another dead girl. But how is that possible?
Paper says you got the wrong guy.
Is that what it said?
Something about how this guy being the killer makes no fucking sense, and it just abandoned everything, like the masks and flowers and targets and literally fucking everything with no explanation. Eventually, Seagal refers him back to the intro. And he apologizes. It's definitely the guy that makes no sense.
If there's anybody else out there, man, they're a copycat.
Yeah, sure, fuck it, whatever. So they go to check out this guy, but he seems perfectly normal, so they apologize for wasting his time. So she visits the morgue for some reason, and oh my, it's the normal guy. So fucking normal. Anyway, what do we know?
So what killed her then?
Tetrodotoxin.
I'm pretty sure that means Seagal.
It's a neurotoxin found in blowfish.
It definitely means Seagal. Now cops are being murdered left and right, and she'll get to that, but there's always time for flirting.
I'll tell you, I am a really big fan.
Then, oh my god, she's being so annoying. What's the big deal?
Just another dead cop.
Okay, but she's got a hot date with who she thinks is Ethan Hawke, so go fuck yourself. Now they're breaking up a cockfighting ring.
Right there. Look at that.
That's never been seen or mentioned before, because what fucking ever. Since that problem was created and then solved within a minute, they're free to question the grieving father.
August 27th. Where were you?
He tries feeding him some bullshit about how it's only the 25th, which is when Seagal steps in.
What?
So he politely explains to him that it's just a fuck you. Now it's her big date, and things are going great.
You smell like flowers.
When he tries Seagaling her drink. So she realizes, oh shit, he's the killer and has everything she needs to bust him, so of course she leaves. The next day, word gets back to Seagal, which really pisses him off.
Call him up and apologize. Tell him that you overreacted.
What?
Did he fucking stutter? You can't just ruin a man's roofie kill.
This bitch out of control.
That night, he breaks into the undercover police morgue forensic lab, which for some reason was all a part of Seagal's plan.
Now I'm gonna do to you what you've done to everybody else.
But she forgot to mention this part.
So were they,
Sexually assaulted? Definitely. But post-mortem.
But he said what he said, and he fucking does it. True Justice Street Wars is the Steven Seagal mega blockbuster hit movie where he showed the world he's evolved and strippers no longer do it for him. Now he needs dead strippers just to feel normal.
It's extremely addicting.
It starts off with a guy who you think is Seagal because of all the parkour. But then the real Seagal shows up, and after bitching about them letting that guy go, he spots a bystander and goes to town on his nuts. Once he's sure he's caused lifelong infertility, he spots them only about a half a mile away. So after some trademark Seagal flips, he realizes he passed them up, so he turns around to cut them off before pulling out the craziest Aikido move you'll ever see. Then after her compliments on the writing,
like a monkey on crack.
the scene ends and none of this is ever explained and it never comes up again. But who fucking cares, because now we have dead hookers and Roseanne. Anyways, they check it out for some reason, and since it's not a homicide, homicid'll take care of it.
It's a routine overdose. Homicide can handle it.
But oh shit, it is a homicide.
You think this was intentional?
So now homicide won't.
You guys will be handling this?
Which is backed up by vast medical knowledge.
There are signs of lethal chemicals involved.
It just looks like a bad trip to me, but I'll give you a chance to explain.
E raises the body's temperature and causes muscle spasms and dehydration, but what it doesn't do is cause severe rigidity in the muscles.
Oh my god, so that's why she's not moving or breathing.
Sparks, thank you.
Now that they know she's not just sleeping, they can get to work. But that can wait because Seagal's watching snuff videos.
I need to just see this again.
Eventually, his laptop battery dies, and now they can really get to work. Just kidding.
Did you plan on telling me you have emphysema?
Look, the reason why I didn't tell you...
Oh my god, nobody fucking cares. For the love of God, do something.
All right, do me a favor. Don't forget about this kidnapping case.
They tell him they're not supposed to know he's been kidnapped yet, but he can't be bothered.
All right, thanks, Chief.
Now Seagal's doing some sit-down searching for some guy.
You know Paul's son Tommy? And now he's missing too.
What are the odds of that?
Man, this is all connected.
Holy shit, that does make a lot more sense. That was so much police work, so we finally get a strip club. Then it's the holy grail of Seagalness when one of them just dies. Then she comes in with some shocking news.
Paramedics found these tucked in her bra.
It's not clear why they went through her bra that she's still wearing, but he respects their game. Just because he's enjoying the dead stripper afterglow doesn't mean his fake cop senses aren't firing on all cylinder, and after staring down the camera for a while, something about this guy seems a little suspicious. While we may never know what tips Seagal off, there's no denying his high-speed frolicking is truly a sight to behold. Seagal was actually a lot further ahead, but got tired of waiting. So they bring him in for questioning.
He's admitted that he gave the girl the ecstasy, but he says he didn't know it was a hot load.
Seagal says his hot loads always give the girls ecstasy, so they high-five, and now they're bros. Then while she's vomiting, this guy's meeting up for an illicit license plate deal.
He's meeting someone about the license plates.
Since Seagal's been jonesing, but the deal goes bad when a rival plate dealer encroaches on their turf. He's in real bad shape, and since they always blame her for everything, why stop now?
You can't be a cop.
So he sends her to check on him, but figures she'll probably fuck it up.
Temporary setback. I'll be back in no time.
Gives you a little bit of time to think about how you can prevent this kind of thing in the future.
A car drove on the sidewalk and hit him from behind. How the fuck is he supposed to do that? But no time for that, because the guy who had no idea his dad was missing.
Where you, Daddy?
I don't know. Why?
Suddenly knows he's been kidnapped.
I know who took my dad.
And exactly where he is. So now, they're gonna waste whatever poor son of a bitch happens to be in there because he has a hunch, which is way more than they usually have.
Hey, baby, I need to tell you something.
Oh, son of a bitch!
Yeah, we're just about to hit a pad. I can't really talk right now.
It's important.
Fucking doubt it!
I need you to hear me out.
Make it fast.
You know how lately I've been kind of riding you?
Yes, everybody knows. Just say it.
There's a reason.
Oh my god, you had your chance. Sorry guys, she's probably pregnant or some shit. So they make it out to the murder spot.
What's with the extra body, boss?
Oh him, that's just don't fucking worry about it. Now they're doing their super covert walk down the middle of the street while Seagal stares at the camera again, so you know we're in for a shootout at the OK Golden Corral. They make sure their roles are clear and then move in. Tosis is on dick shots, Seagal's on general mayhem and murder, and Blondie's on cleanup, which is when this guy asks if there's a problem and if he can help. Oh shit! Seagal realizes what he did and yells for someone to come help. Hell yeah! Fucking perfect! He will never get tired of this. While Seagal's slaughtering good Samaritans, they're lighting bitches up with their ZF-1s and its replay button. But since their bullets aren't going anywhere near where they're aimed at, Seagal has to do it himself, but he's not happy, so he adds a frowny face to his trademark no-look flint shooting. When one of the hostages makes a break for it, nice! Then this guy sees Sheriff on Seagal's big and tall store body armor and begs for help.
Fuck you, bitch.
Turns out this was the wrong place, so they call it in like they found it this way. It's crazy how that keeps happening.
Could have been worse.
It's a Seagal movie. That's not possible. But it's a Seagal movie, so it still somehow is.
Andre, listen to me. We're having a baby.
So of course, she does the normalest thing possible.
I'm leaving.
Bullet fucking dodged. Now we meet the bald villain. Oh, for fuck's sake. So we meet the other one, who's watching a Seagal movie like a true piece of shit. Now we're back with him, and she has questions about that license plate dealer.
Can't give you her name.
Why not?
Who fucking cares? Because she's dead anyways. Which is crazy because they had no way of knowing it was her. But since they did, why the fuck were they asking him? Okay, great. So, whatever. Now Tosis and Seagal movie regular Ryu, along with the confidential informant that's so confidential they're starring in movies within movies together, are trying to eat up runtime when they find themselves in a standoff but manage to get out of it by giving up like giant pussies. Meanwhile, Seagal's doing that thing where he pays the prison guards to look the other way while he viciously attacks an inmate.
Oh, I have no beef with you.
Exactly! Which gives him such a rush, he goes after the sleeping cellmate. Now he's playing guitar, which has nothing to do with anything. He just hates you. Then it's just a quick reminder on whose fucking turf this is. And now they can start wrapping this shit up.
Alright, so keep your eye out for booby traps. These guys are highly trained.
None of that shit's gonna matter when Seagal hits him with the old switcheroo. But then, fuck you, now he has a rifle. Then he finds the hostages and asks how they want to die. But son of a bitch, they get interrupted.
Let's get everybody out of here.
But his bloodlust can't be denied, so he wastes a cop. Then attacks some guy and shows off his new language.
How'd the little kill you at?
But this shit can't end for some reason until Seagal shows everyone who he's banging that day.
Man, this girl's stalking me.
Fuck you! Lethal Justice is the Steven Seagal mega blockbuster hit movie where he showed the world he is the biggest threat humanity has ever known, and it's not even close. It starts off with Seagal getting tremendous news.
We have a 911 call, woman screaming.
Fuck yeah, save some for him.
I'm on it.
Alright guys, he's a big fan of your work, but he'll take it from here. But oh shit, that high kick didn't work, so he goes for plan B.
Get that out of the cereal box?
Damn, these guys are good, but that cereal was for kids, and he can't risk word getting out or the jig will be up. Which gives him the perfect chance to show off his brand new slap slam. Then it fades to black, and the scene ends with her muffled screams. Then, later on...
Well, you know he's just gonna rape again as soon as he gets back on the street, right?
Yeah, he's a monster, but it's his show, and this is Hollywood, so they also don't fucking care.
What's it like to be on the losing team?
Pretty terrible, but her contract's for the whole season, so she's fucked. Look, lady, she at least had a career to lose before doing this shit, so she doesn't want to hear it. So anyways, she has to talk to Seagal about some big news. Young Burt Reynolds. Holy shit.
Have you heard of New Hope?
Of course he has. He's a Star Wars junkie. But they both agree that The Last Jedi was the only good one, and it's bullshit people don't recognize that.
There's just something about that rubs me the wrong way.
And it's all because of some hateful reviewers.
The kind of people that believe in segregation.
Like that pitch meetings guy, which is when this guy blows the fuck up. But it was just an explosion, and he's perfectly fine.
He's in stable condition over at University Medical.
Which is really fucking stupid.
I know, right?
But don't worry.
Homeland Security's all over this.
So it's not their problem, and it never really comes up.
I know, right?
His incredible writing did it again. Now on to more important shit.
He's a driver license for those white boys we arrested earlier.
So I guess they're just his now.
You two should get over there and check it out and see what you can find.
They have no idea what the fuck he's talking about or why they need those IDs to do it, but whatever gets them out of there. So they go somewhere, and holy shit, they're both magically there somehow. So fuck it, they just attack. Then they get so lucky when the police show up. They don't know what kind of clown show you're running here.
This place is a freaking cesspool.
Yeah, you have cops from other counties running around with stolen IDs and attacking people.
We have the lowest crime rate of any county in Washington State.
Now you're on Seagal's radar. Those numbers are about to get fucked. But But in the meantime, they got bigger problems when John C. Reilly comes in.
My credit cards were stolen.
Did you report it?
Of course I did.
Awesome! That was a close one.
I can't discuss the faith of another man.
That's super weird, and I'm pretty sure you really want to, or you wouldn't have said that. Now this guy lost a bet and has to try and make himself less likable than Seagal.
Well, that's just my sense of humor. You know how funny I am?
Unfortunately, we do, and even he still likes him more by a pretty wide margin.
Looking good.
What's up, guys? He's trying to be more Seagal-like, and you guys have done nothing but fight women, and even have tats of his initials, so you must be pieces of shit too.
I'm Bobby. It's Axel.
Wayne and Axel, got it. And I guess they're all roomies now.
Well, come on in then.
Because that's normal. And sure, Axel's always pointing his guns at everyone. But he's really nice when you get to know him. So now they're just hanging out, driving around, shooting at Seagal.
Go, go, go!
You know, bro things. But now the craziest shit's going down.
Suspicious vehicle outside of his residence. Been there for 15 minutes.
Holy shit, that's so long. So he asks if anyone's tried talking to him, and Seagal tells him and his droopy eyelid to get the fuck out of there.
All right.
After apologizing for that stupid shit, he comes up with something really smart, like cutting him off from behind.
All right, see if you can get behind him, cut him off.
And oh shit, there's a car behind him, so now he's trapped. And his days of sitting in his car for minutes at a time are finally over. Meanwhile, he's taking shots at everyone.
The gun has a firing pin.
Oh man, it's gonna be so awkward at work tomorrow, but that was a good one. So they explain how this was a test.
It was a test.
And they're actually working undercover to bring down corrupt. They've heard enough. Which is when Seagal arrives to talk it out and tells him he loves what he's done with the place, but he loves killing more. So after shoving him into boxes for a while and a few rabbit punches, this embarrassing shit finally ends, and new embarrassing shit can begin. That's an incredible shot, mostly because the shooter must have been inside this fucking wall. But don't worry, brilliant scientific minds are on the case.
With the 3,000 foot per second muzzle velocity associated with a 223 millimeter round?
The 223 isn't millimeters.
223.
You should fucking know that.
A sniper bullet.
And not really. So fuck science, they're gonna do it the Seagal way and just kill everyone.
Great.
Yeah, boss.
Now we meet this guy, who's having flashbacks to Iraq, where he met Seagal, who of course was fighting for Iraq. The sight of an obese man in his 60s fatally pushing other grown men until shit just starts exploding isn't something you just forget. Now Seagal decides he's gonna help out.
Need to talk to you about what went down the other day.
Then decides, nah, fuck that.
Listen, I gotta go.
But it was a powerful 28 seconds that he wouldn't trade for the world. Anyways, Seagal's poking what he thinks is a dead body, even though she's clearly breathing, and we never find out what the fuck that was about, and for that I'm grateful. Then some great news. Wayne's lawyer called them up and told them about all the terrible crimes Wayne did.
Your lawyer gave us a call, and he wants to make a deal.
So they're gonna let him go.
All charges dropped, just like your lawyer requested.
I'm so glad we got closure on whatever that was. Now Seagal decides if he's gonna catch the killer, he needs to think like the killer, so he starts taking people out. While that might sound crazy, it actually works, and Seagal remembers, oh yeah, it was him the entire time.
Well, you must be feeling a lot better now that everybody knows you're not the shooter.
They all figured it was you anyways, so not really.
I
say we triangulate an area around the buildings where the shootings took place.
We still got 15 minutes to kill, so fuck it, why not?
At this point, he's about how many people he can kill out there.
I know he said that weird, but he is talking about himself. Now he's on a smoke break when he sees a cop hiding a zombie cop in these massive bushes, which I guess is normal, but then he runs, and now it's suspicious.
Suspect is in the officer's vehicle.
So Seagal and his bling are the first ones out because he's so light and speedy. But then, oh shit, there's a family on the side of the road. Fucking got him. Now Seagal's stoked cause they're at a park, which means high body count. So they come up with a genius plan where this guy runs out and gets shot. So Seagal will know where that one guy's at. And sorry, he was playing with his gun. He's gonna need you to do it again. Oh damn, he found him. But seriously, still go out there anyways. You won't believe this, but he was flinch shooting at a jogger, so just one more time. Oh my god, if you're just gonna die like a lazy fuck, he'll have no choice but to abandon you and go on a nut-kicking bonanza. Then finishes him off with whatever the fuck this is. A better movie would be over now, but too bad, Seagal hates you. Turns out, some guy died off camera. They thought it was her, but it was actually him. While that sounds like a crazy coincidence, it's not. It's just really fucking stupid. Brotherhood is the Steven Seagal mega blockbuster hit movie where he showed the world the exact same stupid shit as always, only fatter. It starts off with some high-level car sitting that's too intense for this guy to handle.
I can't take this anymore.
He tries to tell Seagal that sitting right outside the building wearing sheriff vests and badges might not be the best way to do a stakeout, so Seagal laughs in his bitch rookie face. Then Seagal has a revelation and tells them sitting outside dressed like cops was really fucking stupid and all his idea, so they're going to plan B.
Yeah, boss.
Which means hauling ass somewhere completely different, making sure everything's okay, then letting Seagal's dark urges take over. While Seagal's making a walk for the speed flinching world record, he also manages to murder wannabe heroes at impossible angles. Then look 65 again with his no-neck nut kicks, webbed flipper strikes, accidental falls that look better than most of his moves, so they say fuck it and add a sound effect. More nut kicks before finishing off the poor stuntman with some unscripted rabbit punches because he's such a fucking dick. But that son of a bitch has the nerve to try and survive this senseless attack, so he gets a taste of the continuity-destroying two-handed, one-handed, two-handed shot. Later, while Seagal's struggling to sit on a chair, this guy's showing off his sweet tats. Now that that's handled, this guy packs up his 12-gauge string guitar and heads out to the bank. But before he makes it inside, Seagal remembers Desperado, and he's not pitch meetings, he doesn't steal content, just birthdays, so they just abandon the whole guitar case thing. But no time for that, because the Yakuza are busy talking about how awesome Seagal is.
He was raised and born in Japan. He speaks the language better than you do.
Which is like 90% of what the Yakuza does on any given day.
He's been deployed all over the world as a highly skilled assassin. That's a fight we will not win.
they forget to mention how he oozes sex, among other things, so now they're gonna pay.
Let the Yakuza know that we're in their face and every other orifice they got.
While he's not sure if he used orifice right, he didn't. He catches her staring at his junk again. Women are so shallow. Which is when SWAT calls up Seagal, who completely forgot about this whole plot line.
Man, I trained y'all know how SWAT rules go.
They're right in front of the front door, and the sniper's pointing his gun at his own guy. Seagal definitely trained them.
Just give me a couple hours, I'll be there.
Which is the highly advanced tactic of taking for fucking ever and hoping it works itself out. In the meantime, they're gonna try that orifice thing, which didn't make any sense, but knowing Seagal, it's gotta have something to do with killing everyone. She makes him proud by combining nut kicks, her womanly sports knowledge, and some continuity bullshit of her own. Now that that's taken care of, they go to his house, but holy shit, he's not home.
He's definitely not here.
What incredible police work. So Seagal shows up and admits he has no idea where he was going with this whole plot line. So let's just wrap this shit up. Seagal lets him know he was having an affair with his wife before she died, so at least she died happy.
Ain't a day go by where I don't miss her.
Way to go, Seagal. You did it again.
Thank you.
Go fuck yourself. Speaking of, we get another scene of the Yakuza explaining why nobody fucks with the Seagal.
After he left Japan, he was recruited into Black Ops for the US government.
I don't like him.
Yeah, no shit. Nobody does. Then, son of a bitch.
Get on the ground.
Seagal's been standing right in front of that door for who knows how long. So now he's antsy in his pantsy, and as soon as the old man surrenders, Seagal attacks. Then this innocent bystander tries to get to safety, which is one of Seagal's pet peeves. So Seagal rapid no-brace flinch fires, which is so stupid, J-pop fucking explodes. But Seagal ain't through with him by a damn sight and continues to light him the fuck up. Then afterwards, he's still identifiable, so Seagal vows to do better. And he does by planting evidence on this blue-collar worker.
That means if I were to look around, I might find crystal meth.
And then playing Top Gun.
We got 2 bogeys coming up on our 6, boss.
And randomly attacking his customers. Then he shows the world the very powerful back slap tap is here to stay by performing it 3 times in 3 seconds. Then they give their demands.
Late night sweaty man hugs.
Which thankfully happens off camera. Now he shows up at a crime scene, but they don't want him to investigate.
Just let homicide do their job, all right?
Because not only is he friends with the victim,
I understand you and the owner are close.
but he's also the killer.
I was just here.
So he pulls out this incredible argument.
I know you might think this is personal, but it's not personal. I know these people.
All right, it's yours.
Then, for reasons not even slightly related, this guy's car explodes. And nobody seems to give a shit.
Nice work, numbnut.
Now the Tongs get in a shootout with MS-13. Because who fucking cares? And none of this ever comes up again. Now, oh shit, they have no choice but to let this guy go.
He doesn't understand his rights. And that's how he got bailed out on a technicality.
The old I'm too stupid, laws don't apply to me loophole.
Get out of here.
Now women are fighting because that's what they do. But they've only had like 2 scenes where all they do is talk about how badass Seagal is, which is total bullshit.
Word is he's coming for us hard.
If this cane is coming for us, we're shutting it down. I suggest you do the same.
Just Seagal existing ended the Tongs and the Yakuza. That's more like it. So now he's gotta move fast if he wants to mass murder them before they can turn their lives around and start doing good. While they're unloading into a terrified crowd. These brave women aren't even fazed and go about this the most womanly way possible. Then this son of a bitch doesn't sit with Seagal in solidarity against the terribleness of stairs. So Seagal pulls out the crazy advanced just kinda push him technique, followed by a completely unjustifiable dick shot, which is his favorite kind of dick shot. Now this guy knows he needs some serious firepower if he's gonna stand a chance, and luckily he keeps this katana, which according to Seagal means Japanese sword, hidden stupidly behind this thing. But speaking of stupid, he's out of your fucking league.
Would you rather use your gun and shoot a man with a sword?
He'd prefer unarmed and a woman, but you deal with what you got. So fuck it, now he has sword hands. Nobody out-stupid Seagal, motherfucker. Now they just have to finish a few police things, like executing this guy and arresting this guy again, even though they just let him out and he hasn't done anything new.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Then a quick summary from Seagal, which is the first time we've ever agreed. They still need to kill a little more time to hit 90 minutes, but they also give zero fucks, so they just zoom in on this bloodstain for a while and talk about having no shame or respect for your audience and just sitting here on this frame like we don't know what you're doing. This is absolutely fuck you, I'm out. True Justice Urban Warfare is the Steven Seagal mega blockbuster hit movie where he showed the world that if people are still paying to see this shit,
I don't know who they are or where they come from.
then fuck you, he's gonna keep milking it. It starts off at Seagal's super happy fun place, a murder scene. So what's the good news?
5 assaults. This is the second murder. No witnesses, no DNA, no suspect info.
That's great. What makes you think it's the same guy?
The victims appear to be unrelated.
Well, that's rock solid.
Looks like she tried to fight back and he hit her too hard.
Then she brought it on herself. Case closed. On his way back, he and this van get caught in a time loop. But Seagal has these urges, and after passing the same spot for the 5th time, can't hold it in any longer, so he gets out to ask the van driver if he knows what's just kidding. He fucking kills him. But oh shit, this van was the daily double, so he gets a bonus kill, along with maybe a bystander or two. But son of a bitch, he was having so much fun creating orphans that this slippery little shit tries to make a break for it. And he's almost home free when he spots Seagal's kryptonite, stairs. But joke's on him, the lawsuit was settled and his body doubles back, so he chases him up the stairs while Seagal waits at the bottom and unloads on both of them. Then we get something rarely seen in a Seagal movie, dignity, as he climbs over the guardrail to his death. Seagal can't figure out why people in his movies keep doing that, but he also doesn't really give a shit. Back at the station, and it's all anyone can talk about.
Did anyone get an ID on the guy who jumped Kane yesterday?
No, saying it's a random act.
I'm pretty sure Seagal did the attacking, but the second part is true. Now she's here to follow up with Seagal.
I hear you put on quite the show yesterday.
Well, thank you. That Chinese buffet never stood a chance.
Was yesterday's attack related to this case?
Oh my god, they just explained it.
Did anyone get an ID on the guy who jumped Kane yesterday?
No, saying it's a random act.
Any other stupid questions?
I am upset about
A woman's upset? What a shock.
that someone attempted to kill you. You're not saying word one to me about what the hell is going on.
Look, lady, they didn't even identify the guy or realize there were two of them. This whole department's a show and the case is closed.
You know what? Why don't you let me take this to your team? Looks like you've got your hands full.
So she spreads her passive-aggressive happiness.
Have a nice day.
Well, that's gonna take forever.
Don't worry, he knows this trick with a dumpster that makes it go way faster. Later, it turns out she's crazy. And that box was empty.
We got any workable physical evidence or anything like that?
No, nothing.
Perfect, cause we all know it's Seagal.
That's for sure.
And now they can pin it on anyone. So fuck it, how about him?
You want to accuse me of something? Or is this just about the past?
He thought you only could accuse people of things in the past, but doesn't want to look stupid. So he thinks fast and gets out of it in the most ingenious way, a fucking suplex. Then makes it more badass by giving him a way out.
You gotta use that on yourself.
Then fucking ruins it, cause it's a full metal jacket.
What the hell was that?
Some bullshit, that's what.
Sorry. I raped a friend of mine's daughter.
Yeah, she knows. Seagal's a monster.
Shown up.
But that's no excuse. So they're gonna go with Gavin Belson, who tries to blame Seagal.
I should know what to look for in a fellow pervert, right?
Yeah, that's what they all say.
To be fair, it is always Seagal, so they are always right.
All I'm saying is game recognizes game.
Yeah, sure, whatever. They're gonna go falsify some evidence. They'll be back. Then we get some crazy news.
He actually went to the trouble of sanding his fingerprints off.
Why the hell did he do that?
Big fucking mystery.
He wouldn't leave any identifiable prints.
Sorry, he's just not getting it.
What does it mean?
That's when she realizes it's not Seagal asking these questions and thinks he's having a stroke. Now they're talking with some guy.
This is highly irritating.
Yeah, his movies always are.
Animals capable of crimes like this just shouldn't be on the streets.
But he is. Can we get this shit over with?
This man is a registered sex offender.
Okay, great. This padded some time. Now get the fuck out. Then later, he breaks into his own office to steal his own shit. And is smart enough to wear gloves cause his fingerprints would be so suspicious. But Seagal said get that rookie shit out of here and crank up the stupid.
That's the secret to this whole deal.
So fuck you, no gloves. Then fuck you again, black gloves. Turns out this was some Robin Hood shit where he stole from himself to give to the poor, who are always in desperate need of office supplies. But not so fast, motherfuckers. They're here for their protection money.
Hand it over.
The next day, they're talking about the same old shit.
Didn't want to put in the effort to get ahead.
And guys like him scare easy.
Hates women, because he's always failing with them.
Y'all have been nailing it so far.
Oh shit! How long has he been standing there?
Sick son of a bitch.
So they quickly change the subject. And they are police, so I guess they could try and catch a bad guy or something. I mean a different one.
What do you do?
Find them.
Oh my god, you are so stupid.
Man, you let him find us.
Idiot. So now they're hoping some guy just turns himself in.
He'll always find us.
You know, good old-fashioned police work. After that dumb shit predictably fails,
You screwed up big time.
That angry thing, man, makes you sexy.
they say fuck it, let's use one of the girls as bait again.
Let's do it.
Every time they've tried this in the past, things out of their control have come up, like this guy looking at him funny. And not understanding how stop signs work.
I'm fine.
But this time, things are gonna be different. This time, we got Seagal in his candy van going to town on that space bar and holding his headphones like a fucking moron.
10-4.
Oh man, he took the bait. He's in for it now. You messed up big time, buddy, and they're gonna wreck your shit. Any second now. We all knew this was coming. At this point, it's on her. After accepting that he has no fucking idea how radios work, he changes jackets and heads out. Now she's being brutally tortured. But don't worry, they're right outside and will get around to you eventually. But in the meantime, she's busy pointing her gun at him while Seagal's doing the important job of pointing his gun at all of them.
Everybody hold your positions, contain the area. You got that?
They're pretty sure holding these positions means they can't contain the area, but still, that's the best plan he's ever come up with. Then he kicks this door so hard, it changes color and grows a fucking deadbolt. Then a little handgun hot potato when the stupid starts going nuclear. And he throws his gun, which obviously sparks and leaves a bullet hole. Which leaves Seagal no choice but to go for the forbidden knee-nut Horyuken combo. Then it's just a third world country gang beating. Until she realizes what she's become. Now Seagal gets to beat a man to death while hearing a woman cry. It doesn't get better than this. Now they just gotta tie up some loose ends. First, this lady, and just kidding, she's never seen again and was completely fucking pointless. Then this guy, who's busted for some reason.
You ran a popular antivirus suite.
Sure, whatever. The point is, fuck that guy. And finally, we're still upset about this shit.
What is this?
But it turns out, Seagal meant that literally.
What is this?
Because it looks gun-related, and he's a fucking idiot. True Justice Payback is the Steven Seagal mega blockbuster hit movie where he showed the world. It starts off 5 years ago in Afghanistan, where Seagal's been taken prisoner. But joke's on them, and while they're confused by all the stupidity, he's picking the lock on this duct tape and then saves the day with this sick butt punch. And now he has a gun, so this wall's gonna fucking pay. Then he finishes off the hostages and then heads out. Back in the present, they ask him what the fuck that was about.
Y'all need an explanation, and you'll get one someday.
Which they all know is total bullshit.
So what?
Then he gets some amazing news.
We've got another homicide. You're gonna want to see this.
Fuck yeah, he does. Murder scenes are what he lives for.
Let's go.
Thankfully, our favorite scientist has been hard at work.
I can tell you this much. She vomited pre-mortem, and I haven't done a rape kit yet.
So she didn't vomit after she died, and that's it. Incredible work.
Botched abortion?
He had to take care of something. He'll meet up with you later. And when he does, holy shit, she seems to be making quite the recovery.
Take a look at this. Now, take a look at this.
Well, that is quite compelling.
She was already dead by the time her insides were pulled out of her.
Which Seagal finds disgusting, cause where's the fun in that?
What's the toxicology say?
Oh shit, Seagal's been day drinking again.
Allergic reaction to latex.
Well, what does that mean?
It means an allergic reaction to latex, and that Seagal doesn't know what a toxicology report is.
Those are the facts.
Now we meet this guy, who just wanted his stapler back, and things spiraled out of control. When old MacDonald does the magical changing gun trick, you know you're in for some shit.
It's called competition.
No, it's not, but he sees this total nonsense as his chance to make a break for it. Meanwhile, they get the craziest news.
Take a look at this. Same deal as last, sparks around the toxicology.
And it turns out, this time, they killed the waitress.
What? No.
When you've been making a show for like 20 years, you start to run out of ideas. So anyways, what do you need from them?
Intelligence, money.
Oh my god, he's always hitting them up for money. Well, that was pointless and stupid.
Thanks, Chief.
But shit rolls downhill, so they're gonna take it out on this guy.
Ooh, how exciting.
Watch your mouth.
There are ladies present, dickface, and they need to find another lady. You better know where she is.
I don't know, but I heard she might have got pinched last night.
Oh my god, you are so stupid.
You couldn't have told us that earlier, dumbass.
They're only cops. They had no way of knowing that. And since better cops solve that shit off screen, they can finally get around to this guy. They give zero shits if he's the victim. Stapler crimes are no fucking joke.
You can talk to us, or you can die.
Now they're gonna go over the surveillance video that's pointed at itself to create an infinity loop of security.
Just rewind the security tapes, man.
Oh my god, they were fast forwarding to see the future. You are so helpful. Fucking idiot. And yes, he called her man.
Just rewind the security tapes, man.
Back with them.
We don't give a crap about you.
And that was needlessly hurtful. Speaking of needless, there's a knock at the door. So she tackles her partner out the fucking window. Then, during all the confusion, she starts eliminating potential witnesses while he starts shooting whatever the fuck he wants. And luckily, they don't miss a beat. Now we get the Officer Bar Brady Chief Wiggum showdown the world's been dying for.
I have no idea why your team is right in the middle of a Russian gang war here in my city.
They stole a Schneider and knocked on a door, dipshit. Also, they are the police sometimes, and fighting gangs is kinda their thing.
That sounds like BS to me.
Well, yeah, but that's only because he said it.
IA's gonna get involved.
Because fighting crime is where they draw the line.
Look, I know you got a lot on your plate, Kane.
As much as he can fit.
Get your team focused on solving this.
Well, shit, he never thought of that. So he calls up an old military buddy and beats the shit out of him. Then visits his other military buddy from earlier and beats the shit out of him too. Then the buddies meet up and beat the shit out of each other. Which is when Seagal remembers, oh yeah, he's supposed to be solving a case or some shit. So he says, I don't know, maybe we could ask the guy.
His name is Borislav.
And the day is saved.
Skull.
And holy shit, he is so impressed.
You really ought to take some credit every now and again, Kane.
Man, I'm to something, so I think keeping my eyes open once in a while.
No, but seriously, he is embezzling money.
That's good.
So he gathers his team to celebrate what a stupid job they did. But not you, dickhead. You tried helping.
I get it. Sorry.
Get the fuck out.
Could you get out of here?
Unbelievable. Anyways, they go over little tricks to get their falsified evidence to stick.
Well, they can motion to strike, but by then it'll be too late. The judge and the jury will have already heard it.
Nice. And remember, witnesses can't testify if they're dead. So get out of here, you crazy kids, and go ruin some lives. And things are going great when son of a bitch stealing grenade launcher ninjas. And his lame ass friends that use the door like a bunch of pussies. Nice try, motherfucker, but Seagal's pretty sure that never happened. So we're just gonna ignore it. Then we get a shitload of flashbacks because people love clip shows, and what better time than the season finale. But they done fucked up Because now, Seagal goes for the do-rag backwards hat combo to protect his very real hair. Meanwhile, they stay calm by following Seagal's principles, which is number 1, don't have any, and number 2, oh my god, shoot, 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 shoot. After a barrage of reckless no-look shooting that even the FBI would be proud of, they accomplish nothing, making it a rousing success. But then they get terrible news.
You're alive!
He explains that he survived by go fuck yourself and then starts Seagaling.
We need to kill them all.
Which is his solution for everything, but they remind him there are some kids in there.
Don't bother.
Cause they're the perfect age.
I think there's 7 to 10 at the most.
And he said what he said.
And we need to kill them all by morning.
So Seagal silly shoots to suppress the 2nd to 5th graders while his team escapes. Then he realizes if they split up, they're more likely to die, so he makes the gutsy call to make it happen.
Let's move.
But first, here's some more flashbacks to eat up runtime.
I have all day.
Back with them. Now get the fuck out. But then Seagal says fuck that, he wants the guy on his team, so now it's those two, which goes just how you'd expect.
Freeze!
Then this lady just knows they're talking shit about her. You guys did have your guns out, but sure, running works too. Meanwhile, they notice this door's looking kinda fat, but is otherwise perfectly normal. Later, they're on different pages of the script again.
How the hell did they get in? C4 smells different than grenades.
What's Sarah? All right, let's get out of here before they come looking for this guy.
But that, along with Seagal's Norm Macdonald voice,
All right, let's get out of here before they come looking for this guy.
somehow makes more sense than whatever it was supposed to be, so they just go with it. Back with them, and she does the highly advanced move of not seeing this fucking door. Luckily, she's got her back. Just kidding, go fuck yourself. But nobody cares about that. We want more flashbacks.
I'm pregnant.
Then surprise, surprise, women fighting. He knows if he breaks it up, they'll make this all somehow be his fault, so he just watches. Which is when we hit a new level of shameless and get flashbacks of the flashbacks.
I have all day.
He uses that as a chance to escape. Nice fucking try. Then Seagal robs Schneider's the water cooler just to be a dick. Now it's the final showdown, and oh my god, is he sleeping? No. I mean, yeah, I guess he was. But it's more about not standing. So the day is won, and everyone can relax. Except for them. 'Cause they're fucking dead.